If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to jump back to the previous episode to listen to the first half of this conversation. Come back here for part 2.
Welcome to the Building Doctor Show with Jens Johansson.
All right, let's jump into Q&A. I hope you guys have found this interesting. I'm going to go try to find some of that window screen stuff. Okay, one of the questions that was sent in ahead of time. What's one simple security upgrade that boards often overlook but can make a big difference in preventing unauthorized access or frogging? Just kind of getting in. I think my immediate response is just visibility. Again, we talked about sticks in windows, longer screws and door hinges, latches, security signs, cameras, thorny bushes. This gives kind of a hardened look and feel, and then just communicating about the importance of preventing access and reporting suspicious noises and activities. I think these can be real cheap and real fast.
Cameras in those areas of concern.
Yep. Adding cameras. Okay. Next question. How can a board start building a better partnership with local law enforcement or security teams, especially if they're dealing with chronic issues like vandalism and suspicious activity? You talked a little bit about that just recently, of build a relationship with us.
Yeah. Build a relationship with your security teams. I could do a whole show on how the security industry actually works and how to actually properly vet somebody and what to look for when you're looking for a company. But also do the same with your local law enforcement. Every precinct or district or however your department has things broken down has somebody who's in that community engagement, and they can build relationships before problems start. It makes it easier for them to squash them.
Yep. And my note was police community officer. Yeah. Just reach out and they'll start additional patrols, and they'll get to know, who you are, and just getting to know them and moving forward with that direction. Okay, here's where we jump into the live Q&As, and I see a couple of questions for us. What are some things I should notice or check on as far as safety and security goes when looking for a new place to live? Are there any red flags that I should look out for?
Absolutely. So new construction. One of the things that we consistently see on new construction is that the builders will screw the doors and hinges together with these little 1/8 screws that come with the doors when they ship.
Right. Yeah.
They're falling off their hinges within 2 weeks. Simply looking for that. If you move into a new place, just replace the screws with 3-inch wood screws. Like a box of wood screws costs you $3, $5. Not big deal. Just try to match the color because aesthetics is cool too. Other things to look at is, what do the neighbor properties look like? Talk to the neighbors. Hey, I'm thinking about moving into this place. Is there anything I should be aware about? Any problems with crime or anything like that? Look at previous damage. I would say kind of know your gangs in your local area. A lot of your violent crime is gang driven. So if you start seeing a lot of tagging, graffiti that is gang oriented, that might be a clue that there's more problems. And then your crime stats are generally, for most places, are publicly available. So if I want to see what the crime stats is for all of Multnomah County, I can go to Multnomah County's website and they will show me down to the 8th square mile where my problems are and what time and what types of crimes are happening, and if they're over the city average or under the city average. Not all municipalities do it, but most do, and you can kind of play with that. I guarantee you your insurance company is looking for that.
Okay. Next question. What are the best wide angle lens degrees of coverage that gives you the best coverage but still usable detail to ID someone's face?
So it's not so much angle, it's distance.
Okay.
And then it's going to be what level of quality are you recording at? So when we talk about camera resolution, we're 1080p, right? That's 1080 pixels per a certain measurement. The more pixels I have, which are just basically little individual bits of information, the more I can pull information from. So I can digitally zoom in and have a better picture or not. What we find a lot of times, especially for some reason in convenience stores, which are always getting robbed, is they're recording in like 400. And like your worst cell phone these days wouldn't record in that level. Why would you expect your cameras to?
And some of that may be online storage. These photos or videos aren't as big, so I've shrinked them down.
A lot of places are trying to, for some reason, record like 2 months of data on like dozens of cameras. You don't need to go back that far. I say 7 days is generally pretty good,
A
right?
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you also want to look at your frame rate. So, if you're taking 60 frames per minute, that's 60 individual pictures every minute, or sorry, 60 frames a second. That's 60 pictures a second that I get to look at, right? Instead of 20 or 10.
Right. Got it.
So mind you,
Okay.
movies film in 30.
Okay.
So, that's how you get to make people look like they've been hit when they really haven't. It's all tricks of cameras. So
Okay.
the more information you record, the more chances you have to get that perfect picture, that perfect license plate or that face, or see if that punch actually happened.
Okay, last question, unless anybody enters one right now, and we got time for one more. But this last one, I see how much actual prevention / security comes with having a Ring camera. Seems like package theft is always caught on those, but is no longer a deterrent.
Cameras are not deterrents. Cameras just record crime. So they record,
And
let me phrase that. They don't record crime. They record information. It may be a crime. It may not be a crime, but they record it, right? Deterrence comes from the other things that you do. So that's your lighting, that's your landscaping, that's using lockers instead of having things dropped off on your porch, etc. If somebody's dropping off diapers and somebody walks off with a back box full of diapers, it's probably not a significant loss. Somebody's dropping off a new TV on your porch, you have a problem.
Right. Okay. And let me see. Okay. I think that is all the questions. All right. We've got a little giveaway here. Jeremy, do me a favor. Pick a number between 1 and 11. Those are live people.
I'll go with lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. Okay. So as you logged in, Carolyn can see your number of who logged in, and she will reach out to you. So number 7 is the winner of a little swag gift bag here. So did you know we also have additional training for boards and managers? Free is on YouTube and our website. Paid training opportunities are available. Call us and let's see what you need. These are great for new boards or board members or new management. We can help you get up to speed real quickly. Don't forget to stream this webinar wherever you go. We're on all the channels. And, here's our request. Please do us a big favor and be sure to give us a thumbs up or a 5-star review wherever you hear us. That's our fuel to create more free content for you. So thanks for doing that. And then if you want, thanks for calling in or thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next month. If you want to talk one-on-one to us, scan the QR code or reach out to me at learn.j2consultants.com and we can set up a time to chat. So thank you, Jeremy. This has been informative. I really appreciate it. I know our audience found some value in it. And don't forget Jeremy Gatman at the Talon Protection Group. You can Google him and look him up, and he's agreed to talk to you more in depth if you have more questions. So thank you, Jeremy. All right. Thanks, everybody.
This podcast is part of J2's free live webinar, The Building Doctor Show. To attend the live show and ask your questions during the Q&A, visit www.j2consultants.com.